Welcome, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. We are going live right now, as I said, every night from Sunday through Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope everyone's doing very well. Hope everyone's doing great. All right, making sure my notifications are off. So no interruptions. Hope you all are doing well. We're going to talk about something, and it's the UAW, the United Auto Workers. Yes, I'm sure you probably have heard about the United Auto Workers wants to go after Donald Trump and Elon Musk for their comments made at that during the interview on X. So they looks like every time the former president turns around and anyone associated with him, somebody wants to come after the man. Um, and thanks everyone for joining. Hello, Yellow Breezy 96, the architect. Hello, welcome Patriots, welcome Warriors. So we are going to talk about this whole UAW thing, and I know you've heard about it. So I'm going to play a clip in just a few moments, but I do want to wait for others to join. I'm just waiting for what's next. As we get closer to this presidential election, what else are they going to try and think of to try to hinder Donald Trump's inevitable presidency? We shall see what they are up to. It looks like our free speech is definitely under attack. I was trying to figure out, maybe I'm missing something here. It seemed very vague, the comments that were made during the Trump Elon Musk interview. It Donald Trump did not even name the name of the company. It was so vague what he was talking about. I think they're literally sitting around in a room somewhere going, okay, play that tape again. I could get him for that. Okay, let me see. I mean, they're literally just sitting there trying to find something. These people need to find something better to do with their time. There's better things that they can do, like make life better for their workers, their union members, instead of wasting time going after a former president and someone like Elon Musk. I mean, can you believe these people? And then I heard something else today about the Secret Service, but we're going to talk about the UAW today. Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I don't like the fact that we are losing our freedoms, and it does seem like a lot of desperation. And I think a lot of people are really beginning to see now. People are really beginning to see. I feel like a lot of people don't see, but at least half the country, or maybe a little more than half of the country, they see. We see what's going on. We see that this is all to do about nothing. They are afraid for Donald Trump to get into the White House. So they are coming up with these charges. And I just find it utterly ridiculous. I mean, his words were so vague that you're like, you would need to ask him, what did you mean, rather than just say we're going after you. The fact that they don't even come to him and ask, what do you mean? They just go after him with a lawsuit. That's very telling. That is very telling. And right now, the evil powers that be are very, very predictable. You can almost see their playbook. They've got several playbooks that I know they'll probably play from, and I'm not going to mention them. I don't want to give anybody any ideas, but I'm sure they'll use one or several of these that I have running around in my head right now because they're just predictable. I mean, if a lawsuit doesn't work, we'll try this. Well, you know what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania? That didn't work either. So, what's next? Yeah, which is quite scary. But what's up, everyone? The vegan cat. Yes, spooky times. And I appreciate you all joining right now. Again, I do plan, and I reiterate the word plan, to have live streams on Sundays through Thursdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to keep these under 45 minutes. I really am. Under 30 minutes would be optimal. But you all who've been watching me a while, you know I talk a lot. So And I talk a lot, so I'm going to try not to talk so much, but I'm going to share this clip in just a moment, just waiting for a lot of other people to come along. And thank you, Ruth McCurdy. And again, I appreciate you all. I really, really do. Hopefully, you guys have seen my videos about the pastor of a church who is giving out prophecies and revelation about Donald Trump. And he wrote this book here called Trump the Great. It's on Amazon. And if you look at the videos of the preacher, of the pastor giving revelations, the link to the book on how you can purchase the book on Amazon is in the description box below each of those videos. And it's in 2 parts. And I ask that you share the videos on all your social media platforms, text your friends, relatives, like, comment, share, watch them all the way to the end. This is very prophetic and very relevant to today, and it is backed up with biblical evidence. This is so super important that you all really check out my videos about the pastor of the church, and he's giving his revelations about Donald Trump. He's had dreams and prophecies that have come to pass, and his name is Pastor Cliff McAnthony. Pastor Cliff McAnthony. His church is in Massachusetts. So I am going to go ahead and share this right now so we all can take a look. This is on CBS News. I know, CBS, right? So we're going to just go ahead and start the video right now.
The United Auto Workers Union says it filed charges Tuesday against former President Donald Trump and billionaire Elon Musk over comments made Monday night during a conversation on X, formerly known as Twitter.
You're the greatest cutter. I mean, I look at what you do. You walk in and you just say, you want to quit? They go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you say, that's okay, you're all gone.
Trump's comments was seen by some as him praising what's known as union busting, while Musk never directly responded to Trump's comments during the live conversation. Both men are named in the charges. Trump's campaign calls it a frivolous lawsuit. Sean Fain, the president of the UAW, spoke to my colleague Robert Costa on America Decides earlier today.
Employers need to be held accountable in this country when they break the law. It is a federal right of workers to go on strike, and they cannot be fired for that. But, people like Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they laugh about firing people because they can care less about people and about their job.
Says the man that has a Kamala Harris signs behind him because the UAW clearly endorses Harris. Wow, that's insane. Oh, you think that this might possibly be politically motivated? Yeah, I think so.
Jobs and what they do to their careers. All they care about is the billionaire buddies and taking more wealth.
Labor union support will play a key role for the Democratic ticket on the 2024 election. Trump's opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, is endorsed by the UAW. Her running mate, Tim Walz, traveled to California Tuesday to speak to union workers. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang joins me now from the White House. Weijia, always great to see you. As you know, Sean O'Brien, the president of the Teamsters Union, appeared at the RNC last month. And we know historically unions have been associated with the Democratic Party. So how much does the union support matter in this election in 2024?
Well, union support always matters during elections, especially in current days, because when you look at the states where most union members live and work, 3 of those really stand out to me, Jerika. You have Nevada, you have Michigan, and you have Pennsylvania. And these are critical battleground states. And so not only are the voters there, but also unions can generate a lot of money and they can organize in a really robust way to get out the vote when it comes to election day. That said, of course, rank and file members could vote however they want. They don't have to follow the union endorsement and whatever the president of a union says. However, they do tend to have conversations ahead of time. They can vote as a block. And I think it does matter when they might be undecided about who to vote for if, several of their union members and their leaders have already made a public endorsement. So that is why you see time and time again presidential candidates really trying to bolster support from unions. In fact, just today, Tim Walz, who of course is the Democratic nominee for vice president, he made his first solo speech on the campaign trail, and he said that he was the first union member since Reagan, and that is because he is a member of a teachers union and paid dues. And so again, you see that the candidates really are trying to draw this connection to union members and get their support.
Do you think that Trump's comments, Ouija, will have an impact, though, on his support from that working class, from those sort of union workers that you talk about, especially considering the state of the economy? Because the economy is something that I think we all agree on is a top issue for many of the voters that have been surveyed. But do you think his comments impact those voters who are not sure where they want to place their vote, or even the ones who already support Donald Trump?
Sure, they could, because now he has to own those comments. He has to explain them to people who might raise an eyebrow about what he meant by that. And now he's getting sued by one of the most powerful unions in the country. But on the flip side of that, Jerika, there are union members who think that he is stronger when it comes to manufacturing, as an example, when it comes to not eliminating jobs with any green initiatives. And so, union members have to balance that out. But certainly everything that either of the presidential candidates say will have a huge impact, especially as it relates to the economy and new jobs.
I want to switch to another important topic that made news today, a big issue, the abortion rights issue. 2 more states announced abortion will be on the ballot. Those states are Arizona and Missouri. How crucial could that issue of abortion rights be in November's election, especially for battleground states like Arizona?
Well, the Harris-Walz campaign is certainly making it one of their center issues for this campaign. And they say that abortion rights, women's reproductive rights are on the ballot, and they warn what could happen in a Donald Trump administration. But the reality of the matter is, Jerika, that the president doesn't have the power to do anything when it comes to abortions except sign a law or veto a law if Congress were to pass it. And we hear a lot from the campaign, from the Democratic campaign, that abortion was a winning issue during the midterms. And I think it's going to be again in the presidential election. But the difference is in 2022, it was a winning issue for members of Congress because they actually have a vote in the matter. They have a say in the matter. So when it comes to the presidential election, we don't really know. There is a chance that somebody votes in favor of abortion access and abortion rights, but for Donald Trump. And that's something that people really haven't had to consider because there hasn't been a presidential election since abortion really became a major issue since the reversal of Roe v. Wade. Jerika.
All right, Ouija Jang for us.
These demon rats really do get on my nerves. They really do. You guys, what is the Harris campaign running on anything other than reproductive rights? Can someone answer that question for me? Is there anything else and other than the tax on tips that Kamala Harris took from Donald Trump? Are they running on anything else other than those things? And by the way, in case anyone forgot, Kamala Harris is the reason why tip workers have taxes on their tips. She's the reason why. She was the tie-breaking vote on that. So make America weird again, architect. Yeah, so I don't hear her saying anything but what Donald Trump is going to do, which is everything she says he's going to do, he's not going to do. And the reproductive rights issue went back to the states. It's not a nationwide ban of any sort. And they keep misrepresenting what Trump says. And now this United Auto Workers files a lawsuit against Trump and Musk over these vague comments, very vague. And you heard what those comments were. I mean, I'm just at a loss, really. I want to read the comments again. I just want to read this again because this is insane to me. I want to read them again, and you all just tell me what you think of the comments. Let's see if I can find these. Let's see. Can't really find them at the moment, but you saw what it said. Basically, Donald Trump was saying to Elon Musk, you're a cutter, you do what you do, and then you come in and you say you want to quit. And I'm not going to name the name of the company, but they go protest, and then you say you all can go, you can just go. And that was all that was said. And Musk didn't even really respond. So why is he didn't really say anything, so that was the gist of the conversation, with no names being mentioned at all. No names being mentioned. I just have no, these people are really scraping the bottom of the barrel, trying to find something. Yes, just weird, just totally weird. They're just going after him because he's more than likely going to win. Because if you think about it, Donald Trump is stronger in manufacturing and keeping jobs here in America. So that is something that people need to think about, as opposed to some very vague comments. If they want to make a big deal about vague comments, but still have the economy the way it is right now, which is 3.5 years into this current administration, and we honestly don't know who's running things right now, do we really want more of the same over some vague comments? I mean, Donald Trump seemingly gets in trouble for comments, but the policies are fabulous. People need to get over emotion and look at facts, not vague comments that I don't even know what he meant. And why don't they even ask him, what did you mean by that? Rather than not even asking, but going full speed ahead into a lawsuit. And of course, they endorse the Democratic candidate. So it's very much politically motivated. Oh, it's politically motivated, and everything else they do is politically motivated and desperate, just desperate. So, yes, the country needs Jesus. Yes, yes. Oh, Lord, it's a lot to deal with, because I'm kind of concerned about the whole thing I heard about today with Secret Service. I don't know if you all watch Barry Cunningham. He had a live stream today talking about, there was a Secret Service agent that had to go breastfeed her child and had to get off her post. And I thought that was the most idiotic thing I've ever heard of. What is the child doing there what is the child doing there to begin with? It just didn't make any sense. I should have pulled up the video. I'll probably pull that up and do a live stream on that. But Secret Service needs to get it together. And also, Mar-a-Lago supposedly has ramped up the security around Mar-a-Lago, which, as we all know, is where Donald Trump resides. So, and people around Mar-a-Lago who are klefty lefties are complaining about the extra security, saying they cannot get in and out to go where they need to go. And while the reporter is giving the news, she's right on the street. I think it's Ocean Boulevard or South Ocean Boulevard. And behind her, you don't see any backup of traffic whatsoever. You see 1 or 2 cars, free flowing traffic. And the thing that they're complaining about, the truth is right there behind the reporter, who is talking about residents are complaining about the traffic jam because of extra security. And she's right by the street and there's free flowing traffic. These people are ridiculous. They are ridiculous. Like, we don't know. Like, we're not smart enough to figure it out. There's nothing, everything they do, we've already figured out because they're very predictable. You saw it from Barry, yes. Yes. Kamala doesn't have very good policy. I mean, the demon rats are literally running on reproductive rights. It's not reproduction, because there's no reproduction in what they're talking about. There's canceling of reproduction. And that is what they're talking about. That's literally all they're talking about. And she owns the situation at the border and the horrible economy as well. I just can't. I just can't. To me, people must be in some kind of a brain fog if they are going to vote to get more of the same of what we've been experiencing these past a little over 3.5 years now. We have been really struggling. The average person has been really struggling. And yeah, I don't know why they do trust the DNC, but they are endorsing the Democrats. And the Democratic National Convention is making its way to Chicago the beginning of next week. The first day of the convention is Monday, August 19th. And I did a video about Chicago residents protesting the DNC. Oh, yes, they are very upset. They are upset about the invasion of illegals in their town taking over. And a lot of Black people feel like we are being replaced in certain areas and that we just being replaced. So they are going to protest. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens because Chicago, if you've watched town hall meetings, they have a lot of angry residents in and around Chicago because of the illegals coming in and taking the resources from natural born citizens, even veterans who fought for our country. And they are put up in nice hotels while you've got homeless Americans who are, or people who are here legally, out on the street or on park benches. Make that make sense. So yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with the DNC. I might do a live of all that protesting. Think I should do that? I think I'll do that. And I do my lives at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday through Thursday. So I don't do them on Fridays and Saturdays. So I will not be here Friday and Saturday. But I hear that it's very bad in Chicago. Now you've got this whole thing here. I just don't want it to affect those battleground states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona. I just don't want any of those battleground states to be negatively impacted when it comes to Donald Trump. I just don't, you guys. That is just, they're really pulling out all the stops. They are pulling out all the stops. So, wow. Yes, absolutely. Natural born citizens should be taken care of first. And Terry Scanlon, you're like, Kamala is Hitler in sheep's clothing. If elected, she will be a little dictator. She is a pompous ass. Well, I do agree. She has nothing in her history. I mean, I think what the Democrats are doing is trying to make Donald Trump look really, really bad to make up for their own lack of actual policy and their own lack of inaction. So they got to demonize him or make him look bad as best they can. And some people, unfortunately, just believe the news. They don't know that the news is not being truthful, that the news is, left leaning, not accurate, and it's reported, very biased. Yeah, I want to see that debate. Now, do you actually think she's going to okay, I want you guys to, I'm going to do a little informal polling right now. Give me the letter K if you think at the DNC next week that Kamala is still going to end up being the official nominee, or give me M if you think it's going to be Michelle. K for Kamala and M for Michelle. I just get this feeling that it's not going to be Kamala. I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, I don't care. I just want Donald Trump to win. I just, just give me what you guys think, a K or an M. K for Kamala, M for Michelle. Who do you think is going to be the official Democratic nominee for president? Because I just feel like they're going to do an open convention. I don't know if they could, but then again, nothing else has stopped them from doing everything else that they've done. So why should I believe they're going to try and do things right now? Let's see. We've got M, M, K, M, M, K, K. Someone says they have to run with this, otherwise they prove the conservatives right. M or S. Who's S? M, K. Might be back. No, it's not going to be Joe. K, K. Someone said, oh, Michelle. It looks to be half and half. Yeah, because that's going to make them look really, really bad if they try to do something and try to throw Michelle in there. Nobody voted for Kamala even. Now they're going to bring in another person nobody voted for. MK. That's what I think, the architect, they're going to announce Michelle at the DNC, because remember, we have to remember, even though people want to do one thing or another, I mean, think about it. Jim Crow Joe wanted to stay in the race. He did not want to go, but I knew that he was going to have to go, because it doesn't matter what a person wants to do. The machine gets on them, the machine, and they have to bow to the machine or else. So it's not about what Michelle wants to do, or we saw that with Joe. It's not about what someone wants to do. It's what they're going to do. So I just want everybody to remember that. It's not about, but she said she's not going to do it. Joe said he was going to stay in the race. He ended up not being in the race. So yeah, Global Network says they're going to try to remove her. I mean, these are scary times, in my opinion. These are extremely scary times. I got flagged on, on a couple of platforms about hate speech. And you've listened to me, and I don't actually say anything hateful. I guess I don't know. I ticked someone off. I don't know. I just don't know what I said. It would be nice if they just said, this is what you said. And I could try not to say those things. But MO never had a job that anyone knows of. Obama does not like Kamala, and they forced the Biden to quit. Of course, and Nancy Pelosi was very much behind that forcing of Jim Crow Joe out. And wow, I just can't wait to see what's going to happen. Oof, this is going to be crazy. The next time you see me will be Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. This is wild. This is truly, truly wild. And I want you all to remember that I do post my videos at 4, 6, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you watched all 3 of my videos that I pushed out today. Like and comment and share. And wow, I'm kind of a little concerned, actually, but I'm not going to worry about it. God's in control. God's in control. Pray for the safety of Donald Trump, please. Our former president, Donald Trump. Pray for his safety, because right now I've been seeing things like that he's still in danger. I don't know what you all have heard, but I'm hearing that he's not out of the woods. And things that the Secret Service are doing just don't line up to what Secret Service should be doing. Like the woman who took a break to breastfeed her child and she was on duty. That makes no sense. I'll try to find that video. But, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We have got to keep him in prayer for sure. Definitely have to keep him in prayer. I'm going to try and find this video for you guys. See if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it or not, but let's see if I can do that. Oh, this is like Officer Tatum. You guys are probably familiar with him. We're going to take a look at this. Guys, we're going to take a look at this. This is why I'm concerned, because I'm like, what are these people actually thinking? What are these people thinking? Let me show you this video right here.
The Secret Service detail that's guarding former President Donald Trump. So this coming from Real Clear Politics, reporting that a female Secret Service agent abandoned her post in North Carolina to breastfeed her baby.
And this is why women shouldn't be in the Secret Service.
Now, this is Brandon Tatum, you guys. Don't take his opinions for my opinions.
Video is brought to you by TatumStore.com, TatumStore.com. Get the merch link in the description section.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
Oh, Lord. This is
On the Secret Service as the girl fumbling with her gun the other day. Y'all remember she was fumbling with her gun? She fumbling with her gun during.
Okay, now let me just say again, Brandon Tatum is not for women on Secret Service. Do not take that for my opinion. I'm just upset about the woman who was nursing her child while on duty when Donald Trump was just in Asheville, North Carolina. Okay, I'm just sharing the video with you.
During the shooting, and then she's fumbling with her gun at the hospital like this. You can't look like that and be protecting the president. You got to be tactical. You got to be, you know what I'm saying? Like you ready to do something. And then a report came out today, which is why I'm making this video. Literally a Secret Service agent, while protecting the president, allegedly protecting the president, and I don't think this protected nobody. She goes off without notifying anybody, without telling anybody she's going to leave her post to go breastfeed her baby. How is your baby on the scene while you working, supposed to be protecting the president, and then you don't tell nobody that you're going to do this?
Secret Service detail that's guarding former President Donald Trump. So this coming from Real Clear Politics reporting that a female Secret Service agent abandoned her post in North Carolina to breastfeed her baby during Trump's visit yesterday to the Tar Heel state. The report says about 5 minutes before Trump's motorcade arrived, the site agent who manages security for the entire event did a final sweep of the location.
And while walking the route, the site agent reportedly found the Secret Service special agent in question breastfeeding with 2 other family members present in a room that's supposed to be set aside for official business, like an emergency involving the president.
I have nothing. There's nothing.
Okay, that's that. That's that. Now, how insane is that? All right, how insane. Oh my goodness. They can't use an electric pump and store it, and leave the baby with a trusted person and with stored milk. I mean, I use like an electric pump. And you store it and then you go to work and do what you got to do. You don't bring the baby in a situation like this. Why is the baby even there to begin with? That is insane. She should not be, didn't tell anybody. This has nothing to do with gender. She should just not be there. That is crazy. That's what I'm saying. You pump it out first and you put it in the freezer. You store it away. I did this and I went to work. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Somebody, he needs to get his own security, because these people, I just don't even have any words to say about how crazy this is. That is unacceptable. That is unfreaking acceptable. This is a very important job. The man just got shot at. And you mean to tell me you want to take a breastfeeding break with your baby that shouldn't even be there? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. She should take a break from the job until you get yourself together, girl. I mean, this is, if you can't be fully invested in this type of job, if you can't be fully invested, just don't do it. Let someone else have it, who's all the way there, who's not going to leave their post. Has nothing to do with the sex of the person. Anybody who leaves their post, that is unacceptable. You take an oath, you're supposed to do your job, and some folks need desk duty. Well, she may not have had a babysitter, but some things just cannot fly. That can't fly. She should have told somebody. When she couldn't find a babysitter, one person wrote she couldn't find a babysitter. She should have made that known, and they could have gotten someone else to take her place. There's ways to work around. There's ways to do things, and there's ways not to do things. We must be responsible and realize what we signed up for. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Okay? If you can't do it, you just, like I said, cannot do it. And it's okay. This is not for you right now. You can just do something else. Okay? But not a job like this. And he just had, July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania happen. That just happened. And you mean to tell me you're just going to leave your post? This needs to be investigated. These people they're not doing right. Mm-mm. The architecture's so funny. The architect said she's gonna have the baby on the boob and hold that pistol as a bust. Oh. Oh, of course. Of course. I just wanted to stop in very briefly with you all. Just stop in very, very briefly. But again, I do post my videos Sunday through Friday. So 6 days a week, 4, 6, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And thank you all so much for really supporting me. I'm on my way to 50,000 subscribers. It's ticking up really slow for some reason. When I got to 49K, it's like it just won't really move. Quite weird, I think. And I know I'm posting regularly and I'm posting relevant content that is trending. I don't want to say what I think, but you all, I just need your support to really get out there. And as soon as I post, if you can, as soon as I post, watch to the end. And ask you not to skip the ads if you can, please. Like, comment, share, and all the things. Really share. But I really appreciate you all. Your support means the world to me. It really does. I wouldn't be here without you. I really wouldn't. Yeah. I was thinking, one of you said, Caleb said that Secret Service is really not for any woman. I wonder if it's because of how we're not I'm not even talking physicalities right now. That might be one thing, but what about our innate tendency to think about, I take for myself, for example, I'm less likely, I'm just talking about me. I'm not talking about any other woman. I'm less likely to put myself in a dangerous situation because I'm thinking about my children, my mother who's still alive. I'm thinking about things like that. And I think women, and you all correct me if I'm wrong, I'll speak for myself. I'm not speaking for other women. I know of me, I'm less likely to just throw myself in front of a bullet or something because I got things I'm thinking about, people who love me that don't want anything to happen to me. And if you're one of those people that are going to be hesitant like that, who's going to have a second thought about this, well, maybe I don't want to protect him like that. You don't need to be in Secret Service. I know it's a job I wouldn't have. So I wonder if women are innately people that second guess or have those thoughts going through your head about, I'm going to leave someone without their mother, their daughter. What do you guys think? You think that's possible that women are just that way? Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, you did? Ruth, you jumped in front of a gun for your dog? Oh, wow. Well, like I said, I'm just talking about myself. I'll be thinking, like, do I need to do this right now? But yes, women are protectors. Women are protectors. Yeah, I just wonder about some things about that. But anyway, I'm going to close this out, you all. I appreciate you all joining me again for a live stream. Thank you all so, so much. It's been a pleasure. I have some videos to record so I can push them out tomorrow. You guys be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as I always say, you know what I always say, march on, warriors.